Boom. We're live, baby. Absolutely dripped out right now in DGF gear. All right. Yeah, we're good. We're locked in. We're locked in, baby. We got in here. Jack, what up, Jack? How's it going? I'm just going to let people trickle in just a little bit and we'll get started. I actually don't need this headset on, so I can take that off. If you guys are just coming in, go ahead and drop a like on the stream. I would appreciate it. Boom. Let's go. Let's get this wire. Jaquan says, why combo props take forever to come? Are you talking about being posted on PrizePicks, or are you talking about being put onto the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer? Nonetheless, we need to go ahead and get these plays in right now. Sorry, we're going to have to start. Okay, Quan's already been removed. Noah Syndergaard, over 5.5 hits allowed. You're going to want to go ahead and get that in. Minus 161 juice on Pinnacle, 55% odds to hit. Johan Oviedo and Tyler Megill, over 9.5 strikeouts. Another strong leg. Kenta. So we can go ahead and take this under 5 hits allowed, although it's 0.5 in the wrong direction. You can have Jose Ramirez if you want to add Jose Ramirez. I did get that in already. Going to take Bobby Witt Jr. over 7, and then I need one more. I skipped Paul Blackburn. That one I'm going to actually not take. Let me refresh real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and build this out on there for you guys as well. Luzardo I had just played a little bit ago. All right, let's go ahead and take. Can't play Noah Syndergaard twice. Some projections have been removed. Over, Meta over, Bobby Witt over. So yeah, Noah Syndergaard got bumped. Yeah, unfortunately, it's gonna happen quick. These were some really good plays. So honestly, it's not bad. So we can take Noah Syndergaard and Andrew Abbott over 10 strikeouts. So we missed out on the original Noah Syndergaard play, which was a better play, but nonetheless, still going to be a plus EV slip here with these couple higher plays. So we're gonna have to add in Jose Ramirez. So I am actually going to double down on Jose Ramirez to start my day, which is a little sketchy, a little scary. And actually, no, I don't even want to do that. So if we're going to take Noah Syndergaard and Andrew Abbott over strikeouts, I don't want to take Jose Ramirez over hitter fantasy score going up against the pitcher that I'm taking the over on strikeouts with. So I'm going to go ahead and not play that. Honestly, I'll go ahead and double down with Luzardo. Luzardo over 5 hits allowed. So we can do that. That's an all over slip. No, sorry. Kenta Maeda is under 5 hits allowed. Luzardo, Bobby Witt. So let me just make sure. Boom, boom, boom. We have these 3 over. So yeah. So it's still going to be a plus EV slip. So boom. I got it locked in. I'm going to go ahead and build it here on the stream for you guys. Oops. Johan Oviedo, Tyler Megill. It's going to be over 9.5 strikeouts. Kenta, it's going to be under 5 hits allowed. And we're going to talk through why this is a really good play as well. Bobby Witt, over 7-hitter fantasy score. We got Abbott and Noah Syndergaard, over 10 strikeouts. And then we have Jesus Luzardo, over 5 hits allowed. We went ahead and locked this in. So that's Johan Oviedo, Tyler Megill, over 9.5 pitcher strikeouts. Kenta Mita, under 5 hits allowed. Bobby Witt Jr., over 7-hitter fantasy score. Andrew Abbott, Noah Syndergaard, over 10 strikeouts. Jesus Luzardo, over 5 hits allowed. But when we look at the stream, or when we look at the optimizer, that optimizer smoked us last night on WNBA combos. I don't think so. The WNBA combos that I had were pretty solid. If you guys are still building out that slip and you want to replace Luzardo or Bobby Witt with Jessica Pegula, over 2.5 aces, you can go ahead and do that. Really, really solid play here. Looks like direct comparison to Underdog. It looks like it's a 1 ace difference. So you could take the under on Underdog, the over on PrizePicks, and get that middle if it lands on 3, where you technically win both bets. But I want to talk about Kenta Mita, right? So we see that it's at 5 on PrizePicks, which is actually the lower number than on the sportsbook. But we're getting it at minus 211. Some of these are minus 170-ish, minus 220 here. Pinnacle being minus 211 to go under 5.5. So yeah, we get that push potential at 5. But taking into account how much juice that is and just that 0.5 of hits allowed, this is still a really good play at 54.8%. Joe Kwan says it was his second day using the optimizer. Awesome. I am happy to have you. Happy to see you in here. 38 of you guys in here. If you guys don't mind hitting the like button, and let me know, is this a good time to go live? 10 o'clock. Maybe I might start doing a little bit of a morning live stream as well as our other live stream. Let me know if this is a good time, or if maybe earlier, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. What's going to work best for the audience? Because we definitely want to make sure you guys are in here watching, learning. We're all getting value. So let me know in the chat. I would appreciate it, guys. Any questions you have, make sure you drop the questions in here. If you have a hot sports take you want me to react to, let me know. Somebody said ParlayPlay. I'm going to kind of listen to the audience here. Morning is way better. Awesome. All right, so earlier locks, lines move quick. Yeah, so I mean, I don't mind going live right around the same time. Oh, okay, look at this. So we can build out a slip right here. All of these are too high. Ronald Acuna, Ohtani, Freddie Freeman. I know those are kind of terrifying, if to say the least, right? Big names, good hitters. But when you take into account, if DraftKings were to have a fantasy score market here to match ParlayPlay and taking the even lines of their stats that make up ParlayPlay's hitter fantasy score, right? They would have this projected about 12.2 fantasy score, using the stats and the scoring charts that ParlayPlay uses. ParlayPlay has it set to 14, so it's too high. That's why we're taking the under here. There is hidden math on the back end, of course, that it's doing to calculate those even props across DraftKings, but nonetheless, it's too high. 10 a.m. is just enough sleep and early enough to feel like I'm doing something, like you're doing something with your life. Morning is better. I work overnight and afternoon. Would be great around 3 p.m. too. Okay, good to know. Early bird special. Keep the morning streams going, James says. Yeah, sweet. So this sounds good. What's that? Joe Quinn, I'm not quite sure what you're saying exactly. Nonetheless, we can build out this slip. So we got Ronald Acuna. Ronald Acuna, 14 fantasy score on the under. Boom. We got Ohtani on the under. Ohtani on the under. Boom. Next, we missed out on Syndergaard. I hope it's not bumped. Noah Syndergaard, over 5 hits allowed. We missed out on our PrizePicks, and we have it here on ParlayPlay. Another reason why I'm going to keep moving and get Freddie Freeman into this slip on the under of 10.5. And then I'll talk about it. Chelsea Gray to round out the slip, over 14 points, minus 120 on FanDuel to go over 15.5. So you're getting a full point discrepancy in the lower number here on ParlayPlay. And you got a really good book in FanDuel backing that up and setting that line of 15.5. So that was Chelsea Gray, right? Yep, over 14. So boom, that's a profitable slip over the long term using the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer. Noah Syndergaard, minus 161, some average juice of minus 150 across these sports books to go over 5.5 hits allowed. You're not getting a discrepancy as far as hits allowed, but heavy juice indicates sportsbooks are giving this a favorable outcome to happen. We listen to sportsbooks, we follow the data. The more sportsbooks in agreement, you got minus 161, minus 155, minus 160, the better. So we're going to go ahead and listen to it. They have $1 million models and set these projections like this, and have been profitable forever. So we listen to the models and such. Yeah, it's the perfect time, my guy. Let's go. Joe Quinn, I'm not sure I'm pronouncing that right. But if it's not popping up here on the optimizer, then I'm not digging it. To be honest with you, let's see. Ohtani, Seager, hits, runs, RBIs is what I imagine you're talking about. So it's barely 50% on the over. So I mean I wouldn't be touching that prop. So to answer your question, I guess no. So it looks like Dean Kremer is now getting better odds. As you guys see, you guys can see like either Ohtani had went down a little bit or Dean Kremer came up. I'm not sure. I wasn't really paying attention to the odds, but as you can see, these are moving in real time, showing us that this is just getting better in our favor if Dean Kremer came up. This Chelsea Gray play, though, is really, really good. This Ohtani or this Syndergaard play. I mean, we have plenty of plays we can make throughout all this. So, like, I'm also gonna build another slip here. Are you guys cool? First off, if you guys aren't on ParlayPlay, you can use code DGF and you'll get 100% deposit match up to $100 on ParlayPlay. And I think you get a free bet or something like that as well. To use right in the very beginning. However, let's go ahead and build out another slip. So, and just to show you, looks like some of these props are starting to get removed, but we're looking for 53.34%, I believe is what it is, on 5-pick insured plays here on ParlayPlay. Noah gone. Damn, Syndergaard's gone. This stuff's the guy's weapon. Thanks, Sano. Yeah, so let's go ahead and we can build out another slip. So we just built it out with those top plays, and that's kind of what you want to do. You want to take the top plays in the optimizer and go from there. So let's go ahead and do this. Let's come down here to I know we had Kenta Maeda in the other slip, so we can even skip him and get some of these other plays in as well. We had Bobby Witt already too. All right, so this one's kind of gonna be a little weird, but I'm gonna go ahead and kind of make this work for us. So hear me out, stick with me. So since we have a play on PrizePicks we already made with some of these plays a little bit, we have plays on ParlayPlay we've already made. Now we're gonna go ahead and kind of get what we've missed, right? Sometimes you got to get a little weird. Okay, so actually they're starting to bump a lot of this. Maybe I'll come back. Hold on. Let's check PrizePicks, see if we got anything. 2 tennis plays have popped up since last time we looked. You'd have to play these 2 plays we've already played in order to really come down and get any of these other smaller plays or lower percentage odds to hit plays. Kevin says, I hit a 75X yesterday. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Jack says just snag some CS:GO props from the middling tool. Yeah, let's go ahead and pop over to actually, you know what? Let's go back to ParlayPlay. Sorry, I'm bouncing around here. Let's go back to ParlayPlay. I should have clicked on the middling tool on ParlayPlay to start. But boom, right there. So yeah, so let's go ahead and start this slip off with Dean Kremer. Obviously, ParlayPlay. Let me just double check it's not bump. Dean Kremer. Obviously, ParlayPlay is off in this situation. You see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 other sportsbooks or DFS apps listing this at 4.5. You get this at 5 on ParlayPlay. So we're gonna go ahead and hit the under there. We're gonna look for something a little bit better since there are a few books that do agree that this should be set to 3. Not a bad play, Detmers, but I believe he was just bumped to 5.5. So if that's the case, you want to run over to Sports Battle and play it at 6. Another one at 6. Sports Battle seems to be where you want to go as far as this middling tool goes. Still looking for some solid plays here on ParlayPlay. That are what we're looking for in this middling tool is stuff that, you know, ParlayPlay is the only one that has it, right? Kind of like that Dean Kremer play we just seen. We're looking for some of those above that 53.34% that we're looking for here. Not really seeing anything else on this middling tool, to be honest with you. So, okay, wait. Detmer pitching out. If I can find him. Okay, so that's been bumped as well. All right. ParlayPlay is either watching the stream or doing something because we can't get a playoff over there. So okay. Alex, you confused me for a second. I didn't realize you had said Fliff and you said starting to take plus 200, plus 300 EV plays only since they're more likely to hit. Yeah, you confused me. You confused me for a second there. Yes, I mean on Fliff, if that's what you'd like to do, taking those type of plays, go for it. Obviously, they're more likely to hit than a plus 500, plus 600, plus 650. Obviously, that's kind of how that works. But let's go ahead and try and go back to PrizePicks because obviously, as you guys can see, ParlayPlay is just bumping everything left and right, and it's kind of impossible to build a slip on there right now. So let's go ahead and look. See, we're going to scroll through this middling tool, see if we can find anything where PrizePicks is off. I feel like not as often do we see PrizePicks off from the rest of the DFS apps. Usually they're kind of following suit with PrizePicks. So there is this tennis play that we can go ahead and get in. Looks like Rybinka. Let's see. Breakpoints 1, 3.5. When it looks like Sports Battle has it set to 4, so we have that 0.5 discrepancy in breakpoints here on PrizePicks, so we can take that. Looks like Medvedev, same thing, and we might have a full-on tennis slip because I think there is still some optimizer plays that we can use. Medvedev breakpoints has now been bumped. The Djokovic, let's see, breakpoints is at 3. So both of these have now been bumped. Man, I tell you guys, it's insane. All right, there's that other tennis play that I was thinking of. Let's see if it is. Let's see if it's been bumped or not. 2.5 aces. We have 30 minutes to get that in. So right now we have 2 plays based off the middling tool. Boom, we have another one. Taylor Fritz, as long as it's not bumped. Dang. There is definitely some discrepancies here between multiple sports books on these plays for tennis. So good to know. Good to know that we can look for it and find these. So let me click back over to the optimizer. See, so right now what we have this Taylor Fritz over 6.5 aces. We have over 2.5 aces for Jessica Pegula. And then, oh, there's one right there. Francis Taffio. over 6.5 aces. Direct comparison to Underdog at 7.5. I gotta see Wnba. I don't remember what we had on that one. Let me scroll down here. So it's gonna be over 3.5. Break points 1. So we need one more. So it looks like we're taking all overs here on PrizePicks. It looks like that they're the ones that are the that have the lowest projections. So in order to go ahead and take advantage of that, we want to take the over on PrizePicks. Could be taking the under on these other apps. I see Luis Castillo under 33.5 fantasy score has popped up. If you haven't taken advantage of these, you could probably get those in. I'm going to go ahead and play Luis Castillo to round out our tennis slip. The only one that's not going to be tennis. But nonetheless, solid play to go ahead and get in the slip. So Luis Castillo under 33.5 pitcher fantasy score going up against Kansas City. Boom. That's a tennis play for you. It's easier for me to look at the screen and kind of build it on my phone. I'm sorry. Only because it's just a little easier to look at the screen without having to go back and forth like I am now. But nonetheless, build it out right here. Luis Castillo, it's going to be under 33.5 pitcher fantasy score. And then we have all tennis plays after that. Pegula, we are taking over 2.5 aces. Boy, Fritz, over 6.5 aces. And these tennis plays are just direct comparing to either Underdog or Sports Battle. We have our boy Francis Tiafoe on the over of 6.5 as well. And then to round us out, it was Elena Rybinka over 3.5 break points 1. So that rounds out the 5 flex slip right there on PrizePicks. So if you guys don't have this in, go ahead, lock it in. This was using the DFS middling tool on the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer or website where you have the middling tool, you have all the optimizers for all the DFS apps that you can imagine. If you guys don't have the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer and tools, go ahead right now, linked in the description. Take a break from the live stream. Go sign up for your 7-day free trial. Come back to the live stream. Now you're cooking. Now you can swipe up, have me in the top right of your phone if you're watching on mobile. You can be on the optimizer. You can have your apps open. You could be literally going as I'm talking, placing these bets very easily using the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer. And then on top of that, even whenever I'm not here to explain these plays to you guys or to give you guys these slips, you guys can literally refresh the optimizer at all times on your own, getting the best value possible throughout the day. So very, very much worth it. Very much worth it. We're heading into football season, guys. It's going to be a blast seeing these large discrepancies in NFL, college football. Me personally, I'm excited for college football. That is my favorite sport of sports, favorite league of leagues, if that's what you want to say. College football, my favorite team of my favorite teams is FSU. So that is my favorite. I will be at the FSU LSU game actually starting Labor Day weekend is the season. So I'll be at that game, and I'm super excited for that. Yeah, so all of these tennis plays, one full ace off in direct comparison to Underdog. So solid plays there. We're going to take the over. And that's not to say necessarily that PrizePicks is the one that's way off here. You could be taking the under as well here on Underdog and middling this. If it lands at 7 aces, Taylor Fritz, you technically don't lose both bets. Let's go, FSU Nation, James says. Let's go, baby. See, as you can see, these are solid plays. They're not quite plus EV here on Underdog, so it is good that we're taking them over there on PrizePicks at the minus 119 implied odds there in a 5-pick flex. I'm going to check on JockMKT. JockMKT slowly becoming one of my favorite DFS apps. And as I say that, we click on, not too much value currently on here, but throughout the day, they certainly have a lot of value, give you props that you often don't see on these other apps like PrizePicks, ParlayPlay, Underdog. A lot of times if a prop is heavily favored to go over 1.5, right? Or say heavily favored, but with juice on over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs in MLB, PrizePicks isn't going to put up 1.5. Oftentimes, they're not going to give you a hit, run, RBI at 2 either, to give you that push potential if it does go over the 1.5. JockMKT, they do. Oftentimes, you will see these over 2 total bases. Like PrizePicks not going to give you that. Or 2 hits, runs, RBIs for Nolan Arenado. So if you guys want to sign up for JockMKT, use code DUSTIN. If you use code DUSTIN, screenshot that you're using code DUSTIN and DM me it on Twitter, I will go ahead and get you into the Daily Grind Premium Picks Discord. I'll show you guys. Boom. Post slips in here all the time. Hit a 2x that I posted in here on PrizePicks the other day. TJ just cashed in this for $1,000. You got my slips, TJ slips, Alex slips, J-Bomb slips, Sano slips, Matt slips. We're posting plays in there all the time. And you can literally get in for free if you just use my code on either JockMKT or Sleeper, code DUSTIN, and send me a screenshot of you using it on Twitter, and I will go ahead and get you an invite to the Discord for free. Lifetime access. Wait, there's a Sleeper promo. There's a Sleeper promo. Is that what somebody just said? Oh, wait. Did they finally do the Glass? Or who was it? Was it Glass now? That they were discounting? Gosman. Oh, that's a free square, boys. Basically a free square. So we went ahead and we got it down. They did a little promo where however many retweets. Oh, look at that. Sleeper's on the come up, baby. However many 500, every 500 retweets, you get discounted a strikeout on Kevin Gosman's strikeout line. So from 6.5 to 2.5, 62% off is what they're giving you as far as this discount. That's an insane play, and you have to be taking advantage of it. If you're not on Sleeper, like I just mentioned, code DUSTIN, DUSTIN, and you will get 100% deposit match up to $100. Screenshot it, send it me, and I'll get you in the Discord as well. So we could check Sleeper. Oftentimes, they don't have many plus EV plays. 1 second. Let's see. So obviously, you can't play Kevin Gosman with it. Essentially, none of these are plus EV for what it is. So honestly, though, with that play of Gosman over 2.5, that's basically such a high percentage odds to hit. Almost anything is plus EV when it comes to it, to a lot of these plays on Sleeper, just because getting that in a slip, like very, very much boost up your fair odds percentage for that slip to hit, nonetheless. So doesn't really matter what you play with it. I'm not gonna honestly play anything with it right now, just because I want to look into it a little bit more. If I'm going to play some type of play, I'll maybe give it a little bit of time. Oftentimes with these promos, if not a good play is on here, I might wait a little bit, keep checking in the optimizer, wait till a really good play pops up, and then go ahead and get these promos in to try and give myself even more that better of a percentage to hit that slip, since it is basically a free square there on Sleeper. 46 of you guys in here. I appreciate you guys so much. If you're still rocking with me and you haven't hit the like button already, hit the like button. It really does help out these streams. Apparently, and now there's some more people in here, these morning streams you guys like. So I might start doing these around maybe 10 o'clock, going for 30 minutes to an hour, depending on what value's looking like, depending on some other things. So let me know. If you haven't already commented about morning streams being ideal, or that you like these morning streams, let me know if it is going to work out for you guys, because I do want to give you guys what you want. Jack says you can middle it. Certainly could middle it if you wanted to. That's not a bad idea. Jack Randall. Underdog Fantasy has now Ronald Acuna's line set to 11.5 fantasy score off compared to DraftKings. Not too much other than that. Do we try and battle ParlayPlay again? Do we try and battle ParlayPlay again and try and get a slip off? I believe we got one slip off with all these fantasy scores. Don't believe we got our boy Dean Kremer in a slip. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I can start off with Dean Kremer, who is, I think, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, they're the only book set to 5 between the sportsbooks and these DFS apps, as we've seen on the middling tool. So we'll go ahead and start it there. Clevenger is not one I've seen pop up. We're going to go ahead and take the under of 5 strikeouts on Clevenger. Take Blake Snell on the over of 18 pitching outs, and I'll explain why that's good here in a second. Judge, I skipped over Wnba because we have already played Wnba. We've played this Johan, and we have not played Luzardo's pitching outs. So we can do this here. Dean Kremer, less than 5 strikeouts. We got Clevenger, less than 5 strikeouts. Blake Snell, over 18.5 pitching outs. We have Aaron Judge, over 10.5 fantasy score. And Luzardo, over 18.5 pitching outs. If you wanted to slide your line and, boost up your slip a little bit, I would you can't take it on anything but the fantasy scores or the pitching outs. I'm going to move down Blake Snell's to 17.5 pitcher fantasy score. And I'm going to go ahead and use my slide the line, which you can use up to one time, $10 worth on ParlayPlay. So this is a 5-pick insured slip on ParlayPlay. Go ahead and we can go ahead and build it out here. Dean Kremer taking the under of 5 strikeouts. Boy, Mike Clevenger, under of 5 strikeouts. Snell, over 18 pitching outs. Still a good play, even if you're not using your slide the line. So don't feel like you have to use it. If you already used it, it's fine. And then Luzardo, over 18 pitching outs as well. So over on Aaron Judge, over on Blake Snell. Could use your slide the line to 17.5. That's what I would do. I mean, if you want to use it on Luzardo, you can use it on Luzardo or Snell. Doesn't really matter. Typically, we say you want to use it on the one with the higher percentage. That way, it boosts your slip that much more. Under on Dean Kremer, under on Mike Clevenger. That's going to be a 5-pick insured slip here on ParlayPlay for us. If you guys don't know about the slide line, it's insane. Use code DGF to get on ParlayPlay, and you'll get 100% deposit match up to $100. Somebody says, build out a 3-man insured slip on Underdog. This would probably just be above that 55% that we're looking for in a 3-pick non-insured slip on Underdog. But there's typically going to be better plays that we see pop up during the day on Underdog. So, I mean, if you want to play this slip, it's not the best slip. Still, nonetheless, plus EV. You could take Ronald Acuna under 11.5 fantasy score. You could take Lourdes Gurriel under 2 total bases. Like I said, you're typically not seeing a total bases set to 2 on PrizePicks. Usually, if they're not going to keep up the 1.5, they're just going to remove the prop oftentimes. And then Taylor Fritz under 7.5 aces. If you played that already on PrizePicks, you would be middling it to where you're hoping for that to land at 7, and you would technically win both bets. Nonetheless, you would win one side of it, obviously, but the ideal is to go ahead and have that land in the middle. Obviously, not a super high percentage chance that happens necessarily, but it's giving you that little bit of leeway and that little percentage chance to go ahead and win both bets is worth it. Does anyone in here not have the optimizer? Just curious. See, if you guys look here, PrizePicks has Spencer Torkelson's total bases at 1.5, right? So they have that up. But JockMKT has up 2 for this hits, runs, RBIs. PrizePicks isn't even giving you the option for 1.5 because it's probably favored, and it is by Bovada to go over 1.5. So they don't want to give that to you at -119 in a 5-pick flex. So you get these options here on an app like JockMKT. Actually, let's go ahead and check on Fliff a little bit. So nothing above 2%. Typically, we're wanting to play some of these plus EV plays above 2%. That way, in case odds flip a little bit, which isn't often the case, but in case it does, it kind of gives you a little bit of leeway in your plus EV percentage and making sure it's a good play. We can look here. What is this? Oh, CFL. CFL 7-point spread here. -115 on Fliff. Only a 1% EV, but I'm just kind of explaining what I'm looking at here. But -132 on these other apps. -132, -139. Getting at -115. So you're still getting a little bit of a plus EV play there. So not much going on there. I think we've kind of ran through some of this value. We were able to get a couple slips off between ParlayPlay and PrizePicks. Doesn't seem like we're going to get anything too good on here on Underdog or JockMKT. I can check the middling tool. Okay. So some huge discrepancies here. So you could middle these on PrizePicks and Hot Streak. So Brokey, okay, they're all on the same team. So you'd really only want to pick one. Take the best discrepancies possible. So you could take the under 39 on PrizePicks for Brokey on FaZe. Take the over of 34.5 on Hot Streak. Boom. That's a really good middling chance there with that discrepancy. You could do the same for these, but like I said, you kind of only want to take one of them. You don't want to take everybody on the same teams under in CSGO. Dean Kremer still set to 5. This is how you know it's a really, really good play for us, guys. We got Dean Kremer just a second ago on ParlayPlay at 5, under 5 strikeouts. He set the 4.5 on every single other DFS app. Explain how to use the Fliff Optimizer. Yeah, sure. I can definitely do that. See if there's any other plays kind of like that. Actually, you know what I haven't gone to is Sports Battle yet. Sports Battle, if you guys don't know about Sports Battle, you use code DGF and get signed up for it. But look, there is a million plays on this middling tool that you can go ahead and take advantage of. Look at these top 2. Andrew Abbott, under 6 strikeouts. Charlie Morton, under 6 strikeouts. Every DFS app you see here, all set to 5.5. So you're getting that more aggressive line of 6. Needs 7 to beat you on Sports Battle. That's insane. They've been having a lot of value. And coming up tomorrow, they have Takeoff Thursdays where they discount a bunch of props. It's either 4 or 5. Can't remember off the top of my head right now. Yeah. Oh, I mean, Reed Detmers too. So these top 3 plays are all off compared to the rest of the market. And that's how we're reading these. You know what I'm saying? That's how we're finding these discrepancies and how the optimizer makes it easy to do so. Literally has it all right here in front of you. I'm sure there's more down here that we can find. This Carrion guy, maps 1 and 2 headshots, 22.5 on Sports Battle, but direct comparison to Underdog set to 22.5 on Sports Battle, 24.5 on Underdog. Looks like Carrion, solid play too. It looks like off on 2 different apps. So, I mean, you could build out a slip right there based off of the DFS middling tool. And I don't even think I clicked on the Sports Battle Optimizer, did I? So we could see what else is up here on the Sports Battle. So, yeah, so, I mean, you got Arnold Acuna fantasy score as well. All right, let me jump over to Fliff real quick, explain that. I just kind of did, but I'll see if I can go in a little bit more in depth. All right, so this is a 2.15% plus EV percentage, 23.16% odds to hit. This is saying to take the Texas Rangers on Fliff minus 4.5 against the Los Angeles Angels, meaning for you to win this bet, you would need the Rangers to win by 5 or more, right? So that's the run line. You would be taking the Rangers to win by 5 or more. You're getting this at plus 410 on Fliff, when these other books have average odds of plus 332. So in other words, you're getting a hell of a lot better of a payout. In simpler terms, a hell of a lot better payout taking this on Fliff. And over the long term, taking this higher payout for when this does happen. Obviously, it's not a high percentage odds to hit. You will become profitable over the long term because of getting it at plus 410 as opposed to these other sports books at a lower number. Essentially, if these sports books are giving this a 23% chance to hit, Fliff is saying this is only at a 21% chance to hit, right? That's where our 2% EV, Fliff is valuing this at a less chance to hit. That's why their odds, are so high. That's why, at these plus 300 numbers, they're giving it 23%. So plus 410 for a 23% chance to hit, really solid play. This Calgary, the one I was kind of mentioning earlier, Calgary Stampeders, CFL, point spread plus 7. That means that if they lose by 7 points, you push your bet. If they lose by 8 or more points, you're going to lose your bet. If they lose by 6 points, you are going to win your bet. If they lose by 5 points, you're going to win your bet. If they win the game outright, you are going to win this bet. You would get this at minus 115 on Fliff, when these two other sports books are giving this 57% chance to happen, and you would get it at minus 132 and minus 139 on those other apps. So you want to take it on Fliff, where you're getting the better bang for your buck by placing this bet on Fliff, as opposed to what you would get back if you placed the bet at minus 132 compared to minus 115. Hopefully that makes sense. Sorry, I did not see your question. The higher percentage, the better the bet. Not necessarily. Like, you want to have, if you're playing on Fliff, sorry if you guys can hear my chair squeaking. If you're playing on Fliff, you're going to want to be playing, definitely, we always preach volume in general, but you're going to want to be playing plenty of volume on Fliff of those 2% plus plays. And then higher percentage to hit, obviously, is always pretty solid because you want a better chance to win a bet, but oftentimes with that higher percentage to hit, the less the odds are and your payout's going to be. So it just kind of depends on how you would want to play it. But let's see. I'm just going to click through one more time, and then I think I'm going to end this stream. We've kind of sniped all this morning value. I'm happy with the slips we got in. I'm glad we got some slips in. Check one more time on JockMKT. We just came off Sports Battle, so that's good. If you guys don't have any of these apps, JockMKT and Sleeper, if you guys could use code DUSTIN, I would greatly appreciate that. Like I said, send me a screenshot. We'll get you in the premium Discord, get you hooked up. Screenshot it and send it to me on Twitter. At SportsByDustin is my Twitter. So go ahead and do that. Also, code DGF for the rest of these apps will get you 100% deposit match on PrizePicks, Underdog, ParlayPlay, and so on and so forth. Make sure you guys are using that. If you haven't used the optimizer, go ahead, try it out for 7 days free, linked in the description. Take advantage of it. Get used to it. If you want to keep your membership going, get used to it. Get ready for football season. Learn how to use it. Watch our videos on YouTube. We have a bunch of YouTube videos explaining plus EV betting, how to use the tools, and what to look for, and just tidbits in general about betting and being profitable on PrizePicks and all these other apps. So highly suggest, if you're going to use the optimizer, learn how to use it first. You get your 7-day free trial. That way you can mess with it as you're learning on the YouTube channel. But make sure you know what you're doing before you just dive headfirst into it. I do suggest that. And we have all the content right there on YouTube. So leave this live stream, go watch some content, learn how to use it. And yeah, but that is it. I do appreciate everyone. Fliff does offer moneyline props. Yosko says, if any morning stream slips cash, got to make it a regular thing, right? Good vibes in the AM. Hey, I'm looking to make this a regular thing already, whether we cash today or not. You guys know plus EV betting, these slips could very well not hit. We're playing 5-leg parlays for the sake, but playing it at volume is what we're looking for. So these aren't the only slips I'm playing today. Sure, they're not the only slips if you're in this live stream that you're playing today. Lock them in, use the optimizer, lock in all the value you can. Yeah, over the long term, math's going to math, and one of these 10x's or your 25x's are going to hit and get you in the green, baby. Yeah, so this is something I'm looking to do. So make sure be on the lookout. I don't know if I'm going to start really hammering these tomorrow or what, but I'm looking to do these morning live streams for you guys going forward. Seems like 10 o'clock was a pretty solid time to do it. Might be aiming for 10 o'clock. So be on the lookout for that. Follow me on Twitter at sportsbydustin. But that is it for this stream. I love you guys, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.